Good evening and welcome to Millennium Stage. And now, please welcome to the stage Nolan Williams Jr., CEO of New Works Productions.
Good evening, everyone. Let's try that again. Good evening, everyone. We want you to be engaged this evening. We're so delighted to see you here. Let me begin by thanking Deborah Rudder for her incredible vision, and I am so honored to be able to support Deborah and the incredible staff here, and I'm very grateful to the staff here for working with us to co-present this Bernstein tribute. So many friends are in the house, Esther Oliveria, and I want to thank Diana Ezrins and the PAFI team, Matthew Kattenberg and Ari and the whole group, AJ. Thank you all so much for all that you do to bring arts to the Washington, D.C. area and to the nation's capital. On behalf of the Kennedy Center and New Works Productions, I welcome you tonight, and perhaps if you're here or if you're watching this evening, you've never heard of New Works Productions, and that's okay. Let me tell you a little bit about us. 2018 marks our 15th year of producing inspirational arts programming. This is our 15th season. We are based in Washington, D.C. and in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And with this, our New Works at 15 season, we are curating programming, a range of arts and educational initiatives in celebration especially of Leonard Bernstein. And that programming is taking place here in the nation's capital in Philadelphia, as well as Atlanta, Georgia. We're also doing programming this year unrelated to Bernstein in Cleveland and New York. So that's a little bit about who we are. I had the privilege last week of being at the National Museum of American Jewish History, and I had the honor to speak on a panel about Leonard Bernstein along with Jamie Bernstein, the iconic composer's daughter, and other persons who were there. And we were talking just about the great legacy of this icon. And so as a part of this centenary celebration of his birth, we are thrilled to join in with arts organizations all around the world that are producing more than 2,000 events to celebrate Leonard Bernstein. That's something worth celebrating. And so we're doing this program this evening, and I'll talk a little bit more about this in just 1 minute, but I want to share with you that also on next Wednesday, we're doing an event at New York University's DC campus, and we invite you to join us there because in addition to this Bernstein tribute, we will be opening a national photo exhibition that is inspired by Bernstein that is titled West Side, South Side. It is a look at the issues of immigration and the issues of socioeconomic disparities, where West Side represents the other in our community, and South Side represents the other side of the railroad tracks in our communities. We're thrilled that students from 5 universities in DC, Philadelphia, and Atlanta, American University and the University of the District of Columbia, University of the Arts in Philadelphia, the Art Institute of Atlanta, and Clark Atlanta University. Students have been working on this project throughout the semester, and their works now have been compiled into an amazing exhibition that will open next week, and we invite you to join us next Wednesday for that. And if you want to know more about what we're doing, we invite you to go to our website, New Works Productions, that's New Works with 1 W. Or if you're here today, there are wonderful members of our staff that are around. You can't miss them. They're all wearing black, and they have lanyards that have Lenny's face on them that look just like that. So if you will, see them before you leave today and sign up to become a friend of New Works. We'd love to connect you with the kind of programming that we're doing. Tonight's program offers you a variety of selections that really celebrate Leonard Bernstein's music. And you're going to get a real cross-section of musical selections here. We've curated this program to include some familiar pieces, so there will be things that you recognize. But there also will be some classical works that you may not recognize, because we also wanted to focus on works that aren't commonly performed. And we're bookending the performance with music and movement that celebrates his Broadway legacy. How many of you love Leonard Bernstein's Broadway music? Yeah. So let me tell you, whatever you do, don't miss the end of this program because the finale is really something quite special. Thank you for coming, and without further ado, let me introduce to you our Bernstein tribute, and here to start things off is international tap artist and choreographer, as you'll see later on, extraordinaire, Mr. Cartier Williams.
Promised Daddy I would visit Annie. And we have just one day. Gotta see the whole town from Yonkers on down to the Bay. In just one day, New York, a visitor's place. Where no one lives on account of the pace. But 7 million are screaming for space. New York, it's a visitor's place. Hey, look who's coming back. It's Tom and Andy.
Hey, Tom, Andy. Hey, fellas, how are the New York days?
Wonderful. I don't remember a day. Awful. I remember everything.
Manhattan women are dressed so satin. So the fellas say, there's just one thing that's important to happen. When you have just one day, gotta pick up the date.
He said,
All right, on your way.
in just one day. New York,
New York,
a hell of a town.
The Bronx is,
the batteries
the batteries down.
The people in a hole
in a hole in the ground.
New York, it's a hell of a town.
One more time for Cartier Williams. That's a sneak peek of what's coming at the end of this program. We're going to end with a piece called Bernstein Tap and Rap, and I'll share a bit more about that. How many of you know about Leonard Bernstein's commitment to young people? Yep. He had a real commitment to exposing young people to the arts, especially to classical music, and it was one of the great things that he did when he became music director of the New York Philharmonic in 1958. It's interesting, I was at my church, Mount Zion, the other day in Arlington, and I mentioned what we were doing, and literally one of the ushers at my church mentioned that he grew up in New York, and he was first exposed to classical music by going to Leonard Bernstein's performances for young audiences. And so in that spirit, we're doing a series that he wrote called I Hate Music. And he wrote this especially for young people. I think you'll love the interpretation that Anika Anderson and Paul Basenth Jr. have of this 3 songs from his 5-song song cycle. Please receive them.
Jupiter has 7 moons, or is it 9? Saturn has 1,000,000,000,069. And everyone is a little sun with 6 little moons of its own. But we have only one. Just think of all the fun we'd have if there were 9. Then we could be just 9 times more romantic. Dogs would bay till they were frantic. We'd have 9 tides in the Atlantic. The men in the moon would be gigantic. But we have only one. I hate music, but I like to sing. La-dee-da-da-dee, da-dee-da-dee. But that's not music, not what I call music. No, sir. Music is a lot of men in a lot of tails making lots of noise like a lot of females. Music is a lot of folks in a big dark hall where they really don't want to be at all, with a lot of chairs and a lot of airs and a lot of furs and time. dee da dee. La dee da dee.
1965, Leonard Bernstein took a sabbatical from the New York Philharmonic, and his goal was to write a musical based on the Thornton and Wilder play, The Skin of Our Teeth. But as his colleague Jack Gottlieb helps us to know about that time, Leonard was having a real tough time with life. Here's what Leonard wrote to his friend Jack in a letter. Skin, referring to skin in our teeth, skin of our teeth, is stalled. Life, this agonizing November, is a tooth with its skin stripped off. I don't know what I'm writing. I don't even know what I'm not writing. I can't get over Kennedy or Mark. Life is a tooth without a skin. Bernstein was referring to the assassination of President Kennedy. He was also referring to the loss of his close friend, the composer Mark Blitzstein, who had been murdered in January of '64. But despite his woes with completing Skin of Our Teeth, thankfully, we have this gem of a song that he wrote called Spring Will Come Again.
Winds may blow and snows may snow and clouds may come and hide the moon.
Still, we know that someday soon spring will come again. Summer has to follow. Birds will come again, nesting in the hollow.
Once again, we'll know all we know, that after winter comes spring.
Winds
Hearing the history makes those words kind of come to life, doesn't it? In 1948, Bernstein wrote a series of what really could be called musical vignettes for brass. These were all for solo brass instruments. And we're going to perform two of these pieces. They're very short. The first one is about 2.5 minutes. The second one is only 1.5 minutes. The first piece is called Elegy for Mippy 2. The second piece is called Rondo for Lifey. Now, I have to admit, when I first saw these titles, first heard these titles, I didn't get them until I learned that this whole series was dedicated to dogs. Nippy was the name of Bernstein's brother's mongrel, and Lifey was the name of his friend Judy Holliday's Skye Terrier. And so for all the dog lovers watching and in the house today, we bring you these two pieces. The first one now, you have to get involved. It involves solo trombone, but also Bernstein gave the instructions that the trombonist is supposed to keep rhythm by tapping his foot, his or her foot. So I wonder if you will also join with him by just kind of slapping your thigh, all right, and follow his cue. So when the nation's Performing Arts Center opened, the Kennedy Center, the very place where we find ourselves today, Jackie Onassis, her vision for this house, called on her good friend Leonard Bernstein to write a new work that would usher in this new age of celebrating the arts and humanities in America. And of all of the things, I always find this curious and interesting that of all of the subjects that Bernstein could have written about, he chose to write about his faith. I think it's interesting when composers get to that kind of later period of their lives, and they've established themselves and their careers, and they decide to make a statement about who they are and what they believe. Duke Ellington did a similar thing when he did his Sacred Concerts, a series of 3 concerts up in New York. And so from that mass, we bring you a piece that is probably very familiar, that we're really thrilled to have the tenor returning here, my good friend Sean Tillery, singing A Simple Song.
Sing God a simple song, louder, louder. Make it up as you go along, louder, louder. Sing like you like to sing. God loves all simple things, for God is the simplest of all. For God is the simplest of all. I will sing the Lord a new song, to praise him, to bless him, to bless the Lord. I will sing his praises while I live all of my days. Blessed is the man who loves the Lord. Blessed is the man who praises him. Louder, 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 and walks in his ways. I will lift up mine eyes to the hills from whence comes my help. I will lift up my voice to the Lord, singing louder, louder. For the Lord is the shade upon my right hand, and the sun shall not smite me by day, nor the moon by night. Blessed is the man who loves the Lord. Louder, 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 and walks in his ways.
So in 1942, Bernstein wrote this sonata for clarinet and piano, and we're about to hear the first movement of this piece, which is very lyrical, very beautiful. What's really interesting about this piece, and one of the reasons why we selected it, is because if you listen to the entirety of the sonata, you can actually hear the early kind of thoughts that would go into the making of West Side Story. Some of the approaches to mixed meters, the kind of syncopation of the left hand, and the moving left hand bass line and that kind of thing. And so if you've never heard the entirety of the clarinet and piano sonata, I invite you to become familiar with that work. And we're excited to actually introduce you to that now with this first movement being performed by Patricia Billings and by Gabriella McNeil. Please receive them now. So in 1961, Bernstein took pieces from his then very successful West Side Story, put them together, and we now know these pieces as the symphonic dances. Had this crazy idea that it would be quite interesting to maybe take the symphonic dances and tell the story using the medium of tap. And not just tap in the traditional way that we know it, because tap generally, as we know it and see it most often on Broadway, is kind of the light on the surface kind of tap. But about a couple of years ago, I encountered this young guy that you met at the start of the program, Cartier Williams, and I have just been taken with his artistry. If you notice how Cartier taps, he doesn't just tap on the floor, he taps into the ground. And that is actually a tradition of tap dance that is known as hoofing. And so in celebration of that tradition of hoofing, we present this modern interpretation. Really, it's kind of a futuristic interpretation in the not too distant future of Bernstein's symphonic dances. This is choreographed by Cartier Williams. The book has been adapted by Dwayne Richards II, who also serves as the narrator. And tonight is the world stage premiere. And so we're pretty proud of this work. We had a chance to go to Alice Deal Middle School. I wonder if there are any of the young people from Alice Deal here. I see some folk, yeah. We had a chance to go as a part of our Bridges Arts Exchange program. We went to Alice Deal Middle School yesterday and actually shared this work with the young people there, and they absolutely loved it. And I hope you will too. Pay attention to the storytelling, because there's a lot that's being told with the dancers' bodies and especially with their feet. And feel free to respond, all right? Feel free to respond. If something is funny, don't be afraid to laugh. And hopefully you'll find a few things to be funny as you listen to this and experience it. Without any further ado, it is my delight to present to you the world stage premiere of Bernstein Tap and Rap.
Two factions, both alike in dignity, but different in their indifference to the stability of the West Side where they reside. Let us take you on a ride to the West Side. In the not too distant future where we lay our scene, everything is beautiful and calm and serene, except, of course, when it comes to the Omni and the Zeno. The what-ni and the who now? Oh, I thought you knew now, but I know you're new, so you'll know what I know when I tell you. Right now. In this corner, we have the Omni. Now, when you're an Omni, your focus is probably on making sure you stay king of the hill. You're never alone. You've always got a family, a tribe of your own. Traditionally manly, there's beauty and power, and every hour you have to be sure that you keep it. And in this corner, we have the Zeno. Zeno fight or they die. They have learned not to cry and let foolish emotions win. When you're a Zeno, you follow the path that your ancestors paved, and you do the math. When those who are in power meet those who are other, the outcome is always the same. But in this story, we have two star-crossed lovers whose love will appear spontaneously, magically, and whose story may end tragically. But that's a tale as old as time. I'll tell another time. Okay? I hear Zeno on the left and Omni on the right, which means not in this story. Let me vanish out of sight. Ba-da-dum. It's the look of love, the look that has launched 1,000 ships, the look that has broken many a heart, the look that has inspired many, many a Taylor Swift song. So beautiful, so powerful, so dangerous. But something tells me that this won't be the last time our two lovers share a look. Perhaps their stars will cross again. Perhaps at a party at 6 o'clock on Robin Street and Wise Avenue. I don't know. I just wrote the script. Two factions, both alike in dignity, and alike in that they must make a choice. It's the oldest story in the book. Montagues, Capulets, then the Sharks, then the Jets, then the red, then the blue, then the me, then the... History has always repeated itself, but it doesn't always have to. Perhaps we can learn from the past. Perhaps we can stop chasing omnipotence. Perhaps we can stop allowing xenophobia. Plant trees in the battlegrounds. Turn our losses into lessons, and maybe, just maybe, there will be a place for all of us somewhere.
Thank you all so much. Did you enjoy this? Come on, one more time for the Cartier-Williams Dance Theater and Dwayne Richards, the second narrator. We thank you all so much for coming to experience this Bernstein tribute. Again, please go to New Works Productions, New Works with one W, or see our staffers here in all black with the lanyards. There's a table back there. We would love for you to become a friend of New Works and to support more of our programming moving forward. Thank you, God bless you, and good evening.
Thank you for joining us at Millennium Stage. For more information on upcoming Millennium Stage performances, please visit kennedy-center.org or on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening at the Kennedy Center.